Is this thing on? Okay. All right, so we got concrete over the weekend. It's Monday morning-ish still, I think. And we have concrete that we capped the old walls with, and we have our ICFs done. So that happened, which is great, which means we can go on to the next phase, which is putting on the mud sill, is what we call it, that goes along here. And after much deliberation and mathing and lots of brain work, but we got everything squared and straight lines. Here, check this out. Straight line, not straight foundation, but we knew that. So we want to make our floor system square. Floor system has to be square and straight. So that's what we did. We're about ready to put our mud sill on. It'll be a treated plate because it has to be it's in contact with the concrete technically and within 8 inches of grade. So it's got to be treated. Hate working with treated, but that's what we got to do. And we will have a sill seal underneath that, the foam gasket for capillary break between the concrete and the wood. And then we're going to anchor these down with redhead wedge anchors. Nice long ones, 7 inches, and they're galvanized, so there you go. So we're just about ready to start on the floor system finally. So I'm cutting I-joists here to our pre-determined length for this side of the building. And so these technically should be cut square, but they're not always perfectly square coming from the factory. These so far have been within reason, is what I call it. So a 16th or less, and that's fine. So what I'm doing is I'm squaring up the one end, making sure that side is square, taking my overall measurement down here and then cutting it. And I'm using the square and cut method where I put the square right on the piece of material that I'm cutting and run the saw along the side of it. And the saw blade is about 1.5 inches off from that one side of the foot. So I'm just marking on the bottom cord here, right where my blade needs to be. And the square sits like this. I can clamp onto it. This is what we call our big square. It's a 12-inch square. I'm able to clamp it with my hand and then make that cut. So that's what I'm doing. That's the process. I have 12 cut. I have 3 left to go, and then we're ready to grab the whole bundle with the machine, set it on where we're putting it, which is right over there, and then put them all down. So we're just about ready to set I-joists here.
Okay, go first, put that jump down. because they look like the Pillsbury State Doughboy. I know they look like the Doughboy after he lost 500 pounds.
No kidding. That's a pretty skinny Pillsbury Doughboy.
And it means that skin removal surgery.
Drank too much Slim Fast or something.
Right?
I wanted to show you what Alex was referencing. Michael, let's take a look at your Pillsbury Doughboy suit.
Now I have chocolate blood stains.
Chocolate blood stains. So Michael's putting the waterproofing on, and the guys across the street are getting our next project ready. That's our garage, couple garages going up over there. They're getting that ready. Very exciting because it can be difficult to schedule in concrete. So I'm excited that they're over there getting stuff ready. Happy day. Well, now it's raining, and it's a pretty good rain. And it doesn't look like it's gonna stop anytime soon. So we're gonna call it and hit it tomorrow for the rest of these I-joists. The floor system should go pretty quick, and then we'll be ready to build. Well, we're back here. It's Tuesday after Memorial Day, and we got a lot done apparently while we were gone, kind of over the weekend. We don't work Fridays because we do 4 10-hour days, and so we got this all backfilled. It looks very nice, and everything got compacted, which means that now we can walk and drive on this, and it makes it a lot easier to be working on. So that's a very good thing. Also, I was going to show you what we had to do. I think this part will show it the best. So down in here, this is where our floor system ended up hitting right on the concrete. And by the time you get down here, we had like an inch or so of discrepancy where it wasn't necessarily level from the old part. And when you're putting new to old or old to new, and it's in a bunch of different parts, that's what happens. So it's not a big deal. You just have to shim it. And so that's what we did all along here too. You can see there's like an inch gap here roughly. And then by the time it gets down there, it's back to sitting on there. So it just takes a little bit of time, but it's going to make for a really flat, even, and level surface for us to build the rest of the building on. So that's a good thing. That's what we're just finishing up here, and then we'll get back on finishing the rest of the subfloor, and we'll be ready to build the rest of the building. But it's got to wait for some state approvals. And I have a little friend, apparently.